So, now I'm going to move on to review the next Doctor Who audio drama that I own. That's my second favorite next to Jubilee, but it's damn near close to being number one if it was not for Jubilee. But this is a Sylvester McCoy one. This is Seventh Doctor. This is one called The Harvest. Now, The Harvest, fun fact, was written by Dan Abnett. Now, most of you would know Dan Abnett for writing alongside Andy Lanning a lot of the Marvel Cosmic stuff, like Guardians of the Galaxy, Annihilation, everything, pretty much everything Marvel Cosmic since Annihilation, and kind of expanding the Marvel Cosmic universe. That's all Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, but this is just Dan Abnett. So, the story follows, in the first part, we're introduced to a new character to the series, and as I'm told, because this is the only audio drama I own of this character, I'm told by Duke that the character of Hex plays a bigger part in the other stuff. Hex is a medical student in the not-too-distant future, and he's medical staff, and the whole first part focuses around him. I mean, he does play a huge part in the story, in the whole story. And he's not like, it's not like in Love and Monsters where you focus on this one guy and the Doctor shows up every occasion. It's just this one part. He works with the Doctor later on, but for the entire first part, it just focuses on him, and we do see Ace in here. Basically, what the story is that this hospital in Britain is taking people, taking very wounded or dead people up to the higher levels of the hospital and surgically removing their organs for a group of Cybermen. That's right, the Cybermen are the main villains of this story. And by the way, the Cybermen are very creepy. I'm going to lay that out right now. The Cybermen are very creepy. I don't want to spoil why the Cybermen need these organs, but it's very gross. But basically, this does follow around Hex. Now, Hex is actually a really cool character. He does have some really interesting quirks about him. He enjoys his work. And the whole story, the whole thing of why he gets mixed up in all this is because his roommate, is it his roommate or his best friend? I can't remember. I think it was both. A friend of his is killed in a bike accident, and his body disappears later on when he finds out he passed away from a brain injury that he received during the bike accident. So this basically falls around him. He's depressed, and it's on his birthday too, which that's even more sucky. So it falls around him. He meets Ace, who goes by another identity throughout this, and the Doctor only has one line in here. Well, actually, two lines in the entire first part. He plays he disguises himself as a maintenance worker, and it's hilarious too. In fact, I think the best line is at the end of the first part, where Hex follows Ace into the TARDIS, and he's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" And then in walks the Doctor, going, "No, God's not here, but I'm the Doctor, and hello just the same." That line was awesome. But it's hilarious too because the Doctor just harasses poor Hex all the time. It's funny too because Hex has a very realistic look of seeing the TARDIS for the first time. He's just freaking out about everything, and he repeats himself like, "Oh my god, oh my god," and in fact the Doctor goes, "If I tell you about the Cybermen, you're just gonna go into one of your oh my god rants," and he tells him about the origin of the Cybermen, of where they came from Mundas, and he goes, "Oh my god, okay," and then the Doctor's like, "Okay, let it out." Hex is not an annoying character by the long shot. He's just, like I said, he feels like a very real character for, and by the way, Hex isn't his real name. That's just the nickname he goes by. He has another name, but I'm forgetting it. So it's nice that they call him Hex, because I would have completely forgotten the name. But like I said, he feels like a very real character. You really feel bad for him in this situation, and you would be going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," if you saw the first time in the TARDIS. Ace is awesome, by the way, I'm just saying. Ace is probably, I'm gonna go as far as to say Ace is probably my favorite of the companions, out of all of them. I mean, I do like Martha, and she's now my second favorite, but the more, I know this is very weird. I have Colin Baker's my favorite classic Doctor, with probably Sylvester McCoy is now my close... Well, actually, no, he's... Sylvester McCoy Doctor is my third. Peter Davison's my second now. Of the classic Doctors. Ace is now my favorite companion, because she's freaking awesome. It's funny, too, because for those who don't know Ace, Ace is this teenage girl who the Doctor took in, and she loves to blow stuff up. In fact, there's a point in this audio drama where the Doctor is talking to the Cybermen, and then they start hearing explosion. He's like, that must be Ace. And it's funny too, because he actually encourages in this entire audio drama he encourages Ace to blow shit up. That's just awesome. Like I said, the Cybermen are scary in here. I like the Cybermen. They've never really been... I've liked them. I like stories about them. In here, they're just creepy. I mean, this is like... Apparently, this is... the type of Cybermen they're using in here are the... fifth Doctor generation? Fifth or sixth Doctor generation of Cybermen. Because I don't think... at least in... And again, my knowledge of the Sylvester McCoy stuff, because I've seen so little of it, of Sylvester McCoy's Doctor Who stuff. I don't think McCoy took on the Cybermen at all in his stories. I know he took on the Daleks and the Master, but I don't think, at least to my knowledge, Duke's gonna probably set me straight on this, but in the audio dramas I know he takes on the Cybermen a lot. Well, a few times. But yeah, I don't think in the show he never encountered them, so yeah. If someone can clear that up for me, if Sylvester McCoy's Doctor took on the Cybermen in the show, I don't know. And I apologize if I get that wrong. Anywho, this is just loads of fun. All the characters just play off each other. The Doctor uses a sonic screwdriver in here. I know for a fact he didn't use a sonic screwdriver at all in his entire run on the TV series. I know, apparently Duke told me that he uses a sonic screwdriver in another audio drama, but this is, like, I was like, the Doctor, one of the classic Doctors that's not Tom Baker is using a sonic screwdriver? Huh. Fancy that. And it's cool, too, like, he's so nonchalant about it, he's so... like, fun about it, and he's talking to this computer that apparently runs the whole hospital called, System. Yeah, System. And he's talking to it like, he's trying to get with the computer, like, he's sweet-talking it, and he's calling it sexy. He's like, oh, I hope... And if I remember right, because it's been a while since I've listened to this audio drama, I think he says, oh, I feel like I'm cheating on my TARDIS with you. I'm like, that's so a Sylvester McCoy, that is so a Seventh Doctor line. But yeah, it is all. This is just a fantastic story. The Cybermen don't. Well, actually, no. The Cybermen are kind of like the monsters in the shadows. There are these two medical staff members who are the real big villains. The Cybermen are like in the background until the end, when the proverbial shit hits the almighty fan, and the Cybermen just go all out towards the end. I'm not going to say what they do, but it is just horrible it's horrible to everyone in the hospital. I'll say that much. But yeah, this is a fun audio drama. Dan Abnett knew what he was doing when he wrote this story. He didn't make Hex an annoying character. He was just really good with. He really knows how to handle all the classic mythos. He really treats the Cybermen with a lot of threatening demeanor to them, like I feel like all Doctor Who villains should have. And it's just all around awesome. I really don't want to give a lot away, because I know this is... Whenever a lot of people bring up The Harvest in audio dramas, it's like, oh, The Harvest, that sounds cool. I know when I told... when Duke and I were talking about the audio dramas, he actually looked it up and said, oh, Dan Abnett wrote it. And I was like, I'm going to use what remaining money I have to buy that, because, god damn it, I love Dan Abnett's writing. Now, as I recall, Andy Lanning is not part of this, but hey, you get half of the people who wrote the Marvel Cosmic Universe. Why not? Right? So, yeah, this is a definite get for me. This is, like I said, if I did not own Jubilee, this would, and I just owned The Harvest, out of all the other audio dramas I got, I would probably go on as far as to say, yeah, this would be my favorite, but damn it, Jubilee is awesome. Anyway, I'm out.